got what you wanted, but you got what you need.
What up, world? Big Prophet Jewel of the day. Today I want to talk about honesty. Now, you could be honest with others. You could go without saying a lie, but are you really honest with yourself? You know, there's a lot of people that think that they're honest people because they don't tell lies, or they might tell white lies. But the only way to be truly honest is to be honest with yourself. How accountable do you hold yourself? You know, there's people that need therapy. I mean, we all need therapy, but there's some people that really need it. And the problem is, it won't work because they're not being honest with themselves. You know, people that are always the victim, that never do any wrong, that never did anyone else wrong, those are the people that are not honest with themselves. If every story that you tell, you're the victim, you got done wrong, you're always in the right, you really have to start checking yourself. Now, there was a story in David Goggins' book where he was training to be a Navy SEAL, and he found out, he did a test, and he found out he had a hole in his heart, and he couldn't swim, and this hole in his heart made him worried that he could die if he did do the swimming test or whatever, right? So he brought this to their attention, and they said that, like, you don't have to do the test, and yeah, best of luck to you, basically. So then he went about his life, and then did his old job, and then he realized, like, yo, I'm not trying my best, you know, like, I have to face my fears and do it. I'm just using this as an excuse, as a cop-out. And I don't want to keep copping out for the rest of my life and never chase my dreams. So he went and did the test. Other people died in the motherfucking test. Like, there's people that died in the training the same time as him, but this guy laid everything out there and he gave it his all, and he was willing to do whatever it takes to do it, you know? And when I read that, I was like, damn, I would have copped out still, because I would have been afraid to die. But this is just, I'm not saying people should risk it all for everything, but that's what it takes to be a warrior. You gotta be accountable. You gotta hold yourself accountable to the utmost, and you can't leave anything on the table. So it really is to make you ask yourself, what are you leaving on the table? How accountable are you really being? Are you making excuses? Are you really chasing your goals with everything you have? Are you being honest with yourself? Or are you lying to yourself? You're making like, oh, I don't need to do this. I tried hard enough. Are you being honest with yourself? Are you giving every bit of yourself to something? You know? Are you making excuses? Are you saying like, oh, it's okay that I do this because of that? You know what I mean? No. Are you honest with yourself? Are you holding yourself accountable like you would hold someone else accountable? You know, like, how strict are you being with yourself? You know, like, did you cheat? Did you cheat on your motherfucking diet? Are you gonna keep cheating on your diet? Or do you really want to change your life? Are you, like, you can't keep lying to your subconscious saying that you want this and that you're not gonna give it your all. You can't say I want this life and you're not willing to pay the price for it. You know what I mean? That's lying. That's you're living two lives, and that's why you're not gonna achieve what you really want. You're not holding yourself accountable, and you're not being honest with yourself about what you really want, and you're not living what you say. Right? So that's what I'm talking about, yo. Like, don't be out here saying one thing and doing another. Don't be lying to yourself, and don't be lying to others. You know what I mean? That's the only way you could really be in alignment and achieve what you really want. It's through honesty. These things are like about morality, these laws and everything that's in the Bible or Quran. This is how you live properly. This isn't about like, oh, this is good or bad, you're going to hell. Hell is the life where you suffer through everything, where you're not being your true self, where you don't get to see your true potential. That's hell. And that is what I believe they're fucking talking about. This is the mind state where you're suffering constantly and you never get to be who you are, and where you betray yourself. And that's what I'm talking about when I talk about honesty. Like, yo, stop betraying yourself. Have enough courage to live the life that you are in. Stop making up some story to make it more palatable to your ego. Like, yo, if you're shit at something, be shit and get better. You know what I mean? If you're not good at this, be honest and get better. And that's the best thing about life. You can get better. And that's the whole thing about life. You do get better. As long as you're honest with yourself and hold yourself accountable, you can improve. My life was in shambles. But I had to be honest with myself about where I was at, what I had to do. And I'm still doing that every single day. I'm developing. I'm getting better. But I had to be honest with myself. I still have to be honest with myself where I'm at. And so I could turn those weaknesses into strengths. You know what I mean? And honesty is the best policy. But you have to be honest with yourself first before the rest of your world can catch up to what you want it to be, what you command it to be, what you like. People are asking about their life. People are like begging, they want praying, begging, because they want their life to be a certain way. Nah, command your life to be a certain way, and then you have the authority to command it when you're coming from an honest position and you live up and you're living in your truth and you becoming who you say you are. If you are who you say you are, everything else will listen. You understand me? Nothing but peace and love. Hope that helps you. Stay blessed.
You ain't got what you wanted, but you got what you need. Now you got what you wanted,